Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today we are going to have a discussion on embedded system design concepts from the module 4. So before going to understand the entire concept on embedded system design concepts. So what are the important objectives? First we should go for learn. To be learned, what are the objectives as per the syllabus? We go for refer the syllabus book and get the list of objectives. Once you completely understand all these objectives, automatically without making any byhead, without any stress, you can understand the concept about embedded system design concept. So the first important objective from this particular topic is characteristics and embedded attributes of embedded systems. The next one is the characteristics of embedded systems. The next one is application and domain specific. So next the reactive and real time. So next operation in harsh environment. Next, the distributed systems, the small size and weight, power concerns. The last go for these are all the characteristics of embedded systems. The next go for quality attributes or the quality properties of embedded system. First one is operational quality attributes, the next non-operational quality attributes, and then operational attributes are nothing but what? One is the response, another one is the throughput, then reliability, so then maintainability. The next go for schedule or periodic maintenance. So next go for maintenance to unexpected failure. The next security and then safety. Then non-operational attributes are the properties are testability and debuggability, then evaluability and portability, then time to prototype and market per unit and the total cost. So these are all about the properties. Any of the embedded systems, if you want to purchase, you should know all these informations. Then only you are without any harm, you can go for purchase with minimum cost. So that's why we need the knowledge for before going to use the embedded system. We should go for understand all these things means we should go for learn all these things. So next go for embedded systems application and domain specific application specific systems. So already we learned about the applications of the embedded systems in the previous chapter in the module 3. First one is the washing machine, the next one is the water inlet control valve and the water pump. So these are all means in IoT, Internet of Things, we all go to use it. Then tubs and then agitator or rotating disc and then go for motor of washing machine, timer, printed circuit board and then drain pipe, then automotive embedded systems. And then go for some of the other uses of embedded controllers in a vehicle are listed below. Means some of other uses of embedded controllers. One is air conditioner, engine control, fan control, headlamp control, automatic brake system control, wiper control, airbag control, power windows. So these are all comes under AES. And then types of electronic control units, ECU. One is high speed electronic control units, so then low speed electronic control units, and then automotive communication buses, then controller area network, and then local interconnect network, LIN, and then go for media oriented system transport, MOST, and then fundamental issues in hardware software co-design. What are the issues while going to designing the embedded systems? Embedded systems are the combination of hardware and software. We should go for learn the things. First one is software requirements of model selection, and then architecture selection, and then language selection. So then partitioning of the system requirements into hardware and software. Then computational models in embedded design. The data flow graph or data flow diagram model, DFG. So next one is the control data flow graph or diagram model, and next go for state machine model, then sequential program model, concurrent or communicating process model, design concurrent process model, how the concurrent process model to be going to design, and then embedded firmware design approaches, then the super loop based approach, then this is the program. So next embedded operating system based approach, then embedded firmware development language options. So these are nothing but what? Assembly language, high level language, subset of C, subset of C, C++, any other high level language with supported cross compiler, mix of assembly and high level language with assembly code. Then assembly language based development, and then go for label opcode operand comments, assembly language source file to hex file translation. Advantages: once you know all these objectives from this module, we go for understand what is the use and what is the advantages to learn this particular module. Means efficient code memory and data memory usage, then high performance, low level hardware access, code reverse engineering. Then what is the disadvantages, drawbacks? High development time, developer dependency, then non-portable, then high level language based development, and then high level language source file to hex file translation. Advantages: reduced development time, developer independency, then portability. Then third one is disadvantage: mixing of assembly language with high level language, and then high level language C versus embedded C. What is the difference between C and embedded C? Then compiler versus cross compiler. So this is all the different type of objectives once we learn carefully and understand. So based on this particular knowledge, you go for face the problems for the 20 marks from the VTU examination. So this is about all the different type of objectives once we list and then discuss one by one. So now I am going to stop this session now. That tomorrow I am going to continue all the objectives from this module one by one. Thank you one and all.